large book haul. Recently, I was in New York for a business trip, and because I had a little bit of downtime, I wanted to go to a few bookstores. In total, I went to 3 different bookstores, and those are Books of Wonder, Strand Bookstore, and Housing Works Cafe. The first bookstore I went to on my mini tour of New York City was Books of Wonder, and there I picked up 4 different books. The first book that I picked up is Percy Jacksons Greek Gods by Riordan. And though I haven't read any of the Percy Jackson books yet, I do plan to. It's one of the series that I really want to start soon. And I'm also obsessed with Greek mythology, so I thought it would be really cool to read about the Greek myths in sort of the perspective of the Percy Jackson books. The next book I picked up is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. And I was really intrigued by the premise of this book. Basically, we're following a main character who has made it her mission to figure out who Jack the Ripper is. This obviously takes place in London during the time period when Jack the Ripper was terrorizing the city. And I don't know, I'm just really excited to read it. I hope it's as good as I want it to be. Next up is The Dreadful Tale of Prospero by Alexandra Braken. And seriously, can we talk about this cover? It's gorgeous. And not only is it gorgeous, but it's signed by Alexandra Braken herself. So that was really exciting. I saw the book at Books of Wonder, and I knew that I had to pick it up right then and there because obviously I wanted to start my signed book collection. And I do want to read this book in the coming month, which is October. It's sort of a spooky tale about a boy, Prospero, who finds out that one of his ancestors sold him into the servitude of a demon. So if that doesn't fit with the Halloween-themed month, then I don't know what does. The last book I picked up at Books of Wonder is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. And I'm super excited because this one is also signed. I am so excited now to have 2 books in my signed book collection. And this one I had to pick up because while I was actually in New York, I did go ahead and buy the ebook of Lady Midnight, which is the first book in this series, which is The Dark Artifices, if you don't know. And I flew through that book. I had to get the second one so I could start it. I know there's kind of a cliffhanger, which a lot of people are upset about, so I'm scared, but I still definitely have to read it soon because the first one was so good. Next up is Strand Bookstore, and there I also picked up a few more books. The first one being this lovely guy right here, and that is the 3rd book in the Magisterium series called The Bronze Key, and this is by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. And if you haven't figured it out already, I clearly have a weakness for books that have metallic covers, so what are you gonna do about it? I haven't started this series yet. I do have book 1 and now I have book 3. I'm missing book 2 and then I do want to get started. It's Cassandra Clare as one of the contributing authors, so I know I'm going to love it. I just have to make some time to get it on one of my TBRs. Next up is a book I'm so excited about, as if I'm not excited enough about every book in this haul, but this one extra specially excited about, and that is A Poison, Dark, and Drowning by Jessica Cluess. And this is the 2nd book in the Kingdom on Fire series. The first one is A Shadow Bright and Burning, and I read that book so fast. I checked it out from my local library and flew through it. It's about Henrietta Howell, who is a female sorcerer, and she gets inducted into this guild of London sorcerers, and basically they're fighting this battle against these demon creatures who are threatening to take over London and the surrounding areas in England. So Henrietta, she goes to train with the Guild of Sorcerers, and it's just about her story and sort of her struggles as she tries to train. Like I said, I flew through the first book, so I really wanted to get the second book as soon as I could, and now I have it. I can't wait to read it. The last book that I picked up from Strand is an oldie but a goodie, and that is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Obviously, this book has been out for a while. It's a full-fledged movie series at this point, but somewhere along the way of me owning the trilogy, my first book got lost, and I can't have an incomplete trilogy, especially one that I've already read before. So I saw it at Strand, and I knew I had to pick it up right away. The great thing about Strand is that a lot of the books are under list price, so they're almost half off some of them, which it really helps the wallet and the bank account, if you know what I mean. The last store I visited is called Housing Works Cafe, and it's sort of this combo thrift store, used bookstore, cafe dealio. It was really cool, and I found some good finds there, so let's get right into those. The first book that I picked up is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And I know this is not a new book, but to be honest, I don't know anything about the premise. But I saw that it had this little sticker on here, soon to be a motion picture. And when I see those things, I have to buy them and read them. Just in case I do want to see the movie when it comes out, I have to have read the book. So clearly, I wanted to be prepared. Next up, we have The Unauthorized Autobiography of Lemony Snicket. And I did read this book when I was much younger, probably in middle school. So when I saw it, I absolutely had to have it. I do want to complete my entire Lemony Snicket collection. So this one totally called to me, and I definitely want to read it again to sort of get that nostalgic feeling I had when I first read all of the Lemony Snicket books. At Housing Works, I also picked up Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy, and this book follows the story of Ramona and her family. They are Hurricane Katrina survivors who are currently living in a trailer. Ramona's older teenage sister finds out that she's pregnant, and the story is basically about the adversity that their family faces. Ramona herself is a girl who is dealing with the fact that she does like other girls. She's also dealing with the fact that she, as a young teenager, is having to support her family, and she's really trying to figure out how she can make this different for herself, how she can move forward in her life and not always be stuck in this situation. So I'm definitely excited to read this book. I feel like it's going to have a very strong main character, and the world needs a lot more strong female characters. And the last book in this book haul is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, and wouldn't you know, it's another blue metallic cover. Apparently, I can't get enough of those, and I'm not complaining. They're beautiful to look at. So I actually have read this book before. Technically, I listened to it on audiobook, but as soon as I did finish the audiobook, I knew that I wanted to get the physical book so I could re-experience the story in that medium. I talked a little bit about this book in my August wrap up, so I'll go ahead and leave that link down below if you do want to see more of my thoughts on the book. But overall, I'm just really excited to own it and happy to add it to my book collection. That was my entire New York City book haul. I hope that you enjoyed watching me talk about the books that I picked up recently, and leave a comment down below. Let me know some of the books that you bought and if I should buy them too, because you know I probably will. Thanks again for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos from me.